This videocast is brought to you by Windows IT Pro and sponsored by Dell. Dell invites you to check out their Exchange practice and learn more by clicking on the Dell logo for more details.
Microsoft Exchange Server 2007 is the latest version of the #1 email and collaboration server. This release of Exchange boasts a variety of architectural changes and new features aimed at improving the messaging experience for information workers, IT professionals, and the entire organization. Whether you're new to Exchange or an experienced Exchange administrator, you'll need to understand these new server roles when you're looking at deploying Exchange 2007. I'm Devin Ganger, a messaging architect for 3Sharp and a Microsoft Exchange MVP. For the next few minutes, I'm going to give you an overview of the new server roles in Exchange 2007. In previous versions, every Exchange server received the same executable bits no matter how it was actually used. This practice provided flexibility but created scalability, performance, and security problems. In Exchange Server 2000, Microsoft introduced the front-end server role. This role improved Outlook Web Access scalability and increased client performance by providing a single point of contact for all incoming client connections. Instead of having to remember which back-end server held their mailbox, users just had to remember the front-end server. However, the front-end server still has the same executable bits as the back-end server. In order to improve a front-end server's performance and security, you would have to perform a number of manual procedures to shut off unwanted functionality. In many cases, these tweaks had their own undesirable side effects.
With Exchange 2007, Microsoft has identified 5 unique roles in the Exchange organization. Each role contains only the necessary code to perform its tasks and is designed to work securely with the other roles out of the box. These roles are the Mailbox role, the Hub Transport role, the Client Access Server role, the Unified Messaging role, and the Edge Transport role. These roles are now grouped by network subnet and Active Directory site instead of administrative and routing groups.
In large organizations, you may wish to place these roles on separate physical servers. 4 of the roles, however, can be placed on the same physical machine. You can mix and match roles and servers to meet your requirements.
The Mailbox role is familiar to Exchange administrators. It houses mailbox databases and public folder databases. Unlike previous versions of Exchange, the Mailbox role no longer uses SMTP to communicate with other Exchange servers.
Because mailbox information is so critical to your organization, Exchange 2007 provides a variety of high availability configurations for this role.
A single copy cluster, or SCC, is a traditional failover cluster. With SCC, you have one or more nodes that use the Microsoft clustering service and share a single copy of the mailbox data on a shared storage device such as a SAN or an iSCSI SAN. SCC protects against hardware failure, but not against storage or database corruption issues. Local Continuous Replication, or LCR, allows you to create a second copy of protected databases on another disk volume in the same server. It requires no special hardware or software, merely additional storage. LCR protects against storage and database corruption issues, but not against hardware failure. The Clustered Continuous Replication feature, or CCR, has drawn a lot of attention. Like SCC, CCR uses the Microsoft clustering service to provide a 2-node active-passive cluster with automatic failover. Unlike SCC, the active node replicates databases to local storage on the passive node instead of sharing storage between nodes. CCR protects against hardware and storage failure, data corruption, and can even span 2 geographic sites for site resiliency. Standby Continuous Replication, or SCR, is new in Exchange 2007 Service Pack 1. It allows you to replicate mailbox databases to a standby server in the same site or even a different location. Both the source and target can be either standalone servers or clustered configurations. If you have a site outage, manually bring up the standby server and continue to provide mail service to your users. The hub transport role handles all SMTP transactions in your organization out to the edge. Any message submitted in the organization passes through a hub transport server, even if it's destined to someone on the sender's own mailbox database.
This design ensures that the hub transport consistently applies powerful, customizable transport rules to every message in your organization. The hub transport makes Exchange 2007 a great fit if you have regulatory compliance or archival needs.
The client access server role handles almost all client interactions. If you have users who use IMAP or POP3 clients, they'll connect to the CAS role. Outlook Web Access is located on the CAS role, as is Exchange ActiveSync, the Outlook Anywhere protocol, and all new Exchange Web Services.
This role minimizes the number of servers that must accept incoming connections from external networks. It also allows you to optimize the hardware on these machines to allow hundreds or even thousands of simultaneous connections, depending on your typical user load.
The optional Edge Transport role is optimized to handle all SMTP transactions between your organization and the rest of the world. The Edge Transport role, running on its own dedicated server in your perimeter network, provides full integration with the Exchange organization without requiring your Active Directory infrastructure to be accessible from the perimeter.
Unified messaging allows Exchange to handle voicemail for your traditional or voice over IP PBX. Users receive voice messages and incoming faxes as message attachments in their Exchange mailbox. Outlook Voice Access gives your users the ability to dial into their mailboxes and retrieve message, voicemail, calendar, contact, and directory data using speech recognition. Automated attendants give your Exchange server the ability to answer, process, and route incoming calls based on your company's needs using speech recognition technologies.
The unified messaging role is brand new to Exchange 2007 and handles all of the integration with your phone system required by Exchange. It provides the following features.
The Edge Transport role is designed to offer message hygiene features found on standalone message gateways without the security and performance implications of LDAP lookups against Active Directory. It also integrates with Microsoft's Forefront Security for Exchange to provide antivirus scanning for every inbound and outbound message. When you're considering the placement of your server roles, there are a few rules to keep in mind.
You can place the mailbox, hub transport, client access server, and unified messaging roles on the same physical server if performance allows. However, you have to put the Edge Transport role on its own physical server. If you're using the mailbox high availability options, you cannot share other roles on the same hardware the mailbox role is on. You need to have at least one server with the hub transport and client access server roles in each Active Directory site that hosts the mailbox role. You can always provide more for better performance and resilience.
Of course, we're just starting to scratch the surface of all the new features and improvements you'll find in Exchange 2007. By helping you understand the benefits offered by the 5 server roles, I hope that you're on your way to a more in-depth examination of Exchange 2007 and how it will benefit your organization. I'm Devin Ganger with 3Sharp. Thanks for taking a few minutes to explore Exchange 2007 with me, and I hope to see you again soon.